What's the name of it? Santa Maria Cathedral?
Yes.
We actually just thought of taking a video instead of stills.
Started in the 1200s.
Cathedral Santa Maria in Burgos, and took 300 years to build this place. It's a World Heritage Site, Gothic. We're starting halfway through with the video. This is the tomb of El Cid and his wife, Doña
The national
Jimena.
hero.
He's the national hero of Spain. And this is where they're buried. Let me just walk you through a few of these. And this is a stair, they call it the Stairway of Gold, is that it? Escalada? Escalada? Escalera Dorada. This is gold, some of the first gold that was taken from the New World and brought over North America.
And brought back to Spain.
And brought back to Spain.
And you're looking down here and the beautiful, beautiful view.
Why was this on?
I'm not sure you said
This isn't set up right, by the way. Hopefully it'll come out.
And it took 300 years to build.
Right.
So it's showing different methods of expression in the Gothic form. So we have a lot of important people buried here and some exotic carvings, elaborate carvings. And they're vacuuming these now to keep them nice and clean, which they don't seem to do in Germany. This would be where all the big folks sit. So you gotta remember, some people have never seen old cathedrals. In the U.S., you're not going to find old cathedrals like this, going back to the 1200s. It's just amazing that back then they could build something like this. The arches and how the weight of all of this came down into the walls. This is pretty.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, look at that star. This is the chapel of the High Constable.
We've been to probably a couple hundred cathedrals around Europe and different parts of the world, and I'd have to say this is probably, without question, the best.
And these are children from schools learning about their heritage. This is also called the purification of the Virgin. This one right here is called the Cathedral's Most Splendid Chapel.
I would agree with that. This is a museum.
These are all the relics, the jewels.
One of the things about relics, why bones and different things like that were so important, is because they brought in money. It's all about the money. So when they have the relics, like that's why everybody does their pilgrimage to, I wonder who's buried here. This is number 24, built in the years 1260 by 1280 by Master Enrique. It is a burial vault for bishops and canons lying in beautiful tombs with a sculpture. I hope sculpture yes. Ensemble of great artistic value, pointed archways and blah blah blah. So a lot of people are buried here, I guess. Anyway, I was saying that's why Santiago de Compostela was a pilgrimage they had. They didn't have the head of St. James. This one is dated 1493.
That goes pretty far back.
1500 Calais.
1530. Look at the detail.
Anyway, they didn't have the finish this in a minute. This is one of the cloisters. It says cathedral, but the exit is out that way behind us.
Now, do you remember what cloisters means?
Tell me quickly. They're built domed or arched walkways on the outside of the building. Are the cloisters?
I think initially they were open air. At least in Ireland they were open air.
Okay, we have to go out this way. We have to. We had a lot of trouble getting into town. A lot of trouble figuring out where we were, and we got to get around this crowd. So hang on just a second. I did. Tapestries. Anyway, as I was saying, Santiago de Compostela, everybody does, it's famous the roads that lead there because people would do pilgrimages. His head, I think, was in Rome somewhere, but the rest of his stuff supposedly was found out there, and therefore, with the relics, everybody made trips there.
Oh, there it is. There's Santiago. Right here.
And
Here's Santiago.
Yeah, and see, here's all the routes.
And we are here.
That's the route.
Burgos.
The route of Santiago. So people would come out of France, other parts of Europe, climb over the Pyrenees, and then do this. So, and so this is what I was just talking about. So everybody does pilgrimages. So if you got the bones, if you got the relics, just think of all the hotels, the inns, and all the business that it produces by all these people hiking around to go worship the bones. Anyway, there it is.
This is very, very pretty cloister if you want to